Well, hello, welcome to Drawing with Fire. I'm Valarie, your neighborhood pyrography artist, and I'm joined with hubby.
Okay.
And we are doing the elephants. So, for the critique last Tuesday, I showed you my first burning and talked about wanting to redo it. So, I spent hours looking for the original reference for my first one and could not find it anywhere. So, what I've done is found elephants that are in similar positions with better information. Let's see here if I can get to the photo so you can see. This is the original photo that I'm using. I have altered it a bit in order to have the feeling that I want it to have. I actually prefer the big elephant on the left with the little one on the right. This is an 8x10 trekell board, birch, that I have that listed down in the description. I still have my pattern attached just so I can have something to look back on, though I have noticed that some of my lines were off. So before the live, while I was waiting on a hubcap, I fixed them so that things look like they're supposed to. And I'm thinking that for now at least, because I started burning this one in just to put it in and get the graphite off, it needs more work. The pins I'm thinking I'm going to be using a lot are the 9M, the 9PP, the 18S, and 19 small ball tip, all from Optima. And I think we shall get going. Oh, I wanted to ask, which elephant do you guys want me to work on? I will let the chat choose.
Looks like you already started on one.
Oh yeah, but I'm just laying that in. I figured they'd like to see one from start.
Okay.
So I'm letting
Well,
chat decide.
while you were while we're waiting on that, yeah, sorry we're late.
Are we late?
Well, I don't know. You said you were waiting on me.
Oh, just waiting because I was in early. That's all.
Oh well.
Nothing like that.
It seems like every time that we start a live, the dogs all want to go outside. So of course that happened. But in chat we have Philip.
Hey, Philip.
Our awesome moderator, Eve.
Eve and Philip are both our awesome
That's
moderators.
Right. Philip too. Sorry about that, Philip. Yes, Philip is awesome as well. You're all awesome, but they're awesome moderators. Robin is here.
Hey, Robin.
Sharon H.
Hey, Sharon.
Lenny P. Or Lenny P. I don't know how to pronounce that correctly.
Lenny P.
Yep.
Hello.
Let's see. Did I say Sheila?
You did not say Sheila.
And Brian Tinian.
Hi, Sheila and Brian.
Grandpa Podge.
Hey, Podge.
Beryl Sinrose 501, who's getting their Optima today.
All right.
Ted, of course. Thank you for the video, Ted. I hadn't seen that in a while. And of course, you know, that always makes my life better. And the art of Joseph Fincham is here as well.
Hey, Joseph.
And
Girl.
Grace is here.
Rose
Hey!
and Grace. She came back. And Ted. Thought we lost you, Grace. Alright, so I have the... Okay, so which one? We got Burl saying big one. Well, welcome, Sinrose. Glad to have you.
That's what I would say. I would say the big one.
The big one?
Plus,
All
you're
right.
right-handed, and isn't it easier to work left to right for you?
I bounce around. It really doesn't matter for me.
Okay.
I don't have any glassine down, but that's fine. Alrighty, so we will start on the big one. Now, where to start at? I tend to try to put the eye in first, just so I have a place to go. I am going to have to move my board because we got these wonderful wrinkles in different angles, and it's easier to move your board than it is to stand on your head. At least it is for me.
I don't have that option with some of my pieces. Philip says the big one.
The big one. Well, we're going to just do it. Yeah, I was just putting in the little one just to have something started. And what you're going to see, I'm going very light, and it is going to look like I'm outlining. And on some level I am. But the wrinkles will work out better that way. So that's why I'm doing it. I definitely had to fix my reference. There's just so many lines I was looking at yesterday with all these wrinkles that I got off a bit, which happens. And then when I pulled the background out for the photo that you're seeing on the screen, I actually was able to make more things out because the grass and the trees and whatnot weren't hindering what I was looking at.
Oh, Grace apparently is having problems. She can't see the video.
Oh.
Something wrong with her computer, I guess. And the emojis are corrupted, so she's going.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Grace. I don't think her computer likes me. I really don't. Alright, so I'm just going to lightly, I can darken everything up, which will go a lot darker. But right now I'm just going to get some lines in so I can remove the graphite, and you'll see a difference once the graphite's removed. And why I try to erase it as much as I can, because it dirties up and darkens the burn and gives you a false sense of what it looks like. Alrighty. So I'll get that in there. And again, I will adjust everything once I can erase. And I'm set on 2.5. Put that in here. So yeah, I spent 2 hours this time looking for my reference from my original. I just could not find it. So I went on to Pixabay, which I do have this link down in the description, this photo, if you are interested in doing it yourself.
So we had questions.
Yes.
Also, April Gabriel was here.
Hi, April.
This is Sinrose 5010, first time in chat. He's asking, are these live every Tuesday?
We are. Every Tuesday.
And Brian wants to know, what bit are you using, please?
This is the 9M Optima. It's the modified writing tip.
Uh-huh. Yep, Ted identified that too.
Okay, got it. So right now I'm actually spending more time looking at my reference than I am looking at the actual burning, and that's because I really want to get things at all possible in the right spot. But I am about to switch over to the ball tip so I can start getting the wrinkles in more.
Okay.
I use this tip to get my smallest lines in. I'm going to go ahead and switch over. The ball tip will look a little darker, and that's just the difference on the pin tips and how they heat up. Completely normal. Alrighty. And though it has a black foam, this is an Optima pen. Pat a while back was out of foam, and I told him I'd take whatever he had. So that's what I got.
So just imagine it's green.
Oh, that would be mad. It's teal.
Oh, teal. Teal is green.
Is it green or is it blue?
It's blue-green.
There you go. Alrighty.
It has green in the name.
Teal has green in the name?
No, blue-green does.
And it has begun. Alright, let's pull this down.
Sinrose asks, do you outline first time?
No.
First all the time, or stitch like?
I don't outline at all if I can absolutely help it. For realism, you really do not want outlines. There's what I'm just trying to do is, that's why I'm going so lightly, is so that when I go to blend these lines in, you will never know unless you watch the live. I do not outline gives you more of a comic book effect versus realism. So it really depends on what you're going for. If you want that look, then it is absolutely fine to do it. But for realism, everything has planes and shadows. And that's what you try to put in. That's why I'm trying to get this triangle in right now. But when I do have to outline just to get the wrinkles in, and in the darkness of the wrinkles, those are lines, so that's okay. But if I was outlining the outside and everything else, it would look cartoony. Let's see here.
Okay, so April says, I missed the first few minutes, but is this the redo of Elle's first burning?
It is. Kind of.
Carol wants to know, she rewatched your critiques, so what is this community project that was mentioned?
I'm still working on drawing it for next week. Thanks to Ted and his mushroom house. I thought it would be fun if we did something different. And if you want to all do it together, I'll post the line art and we can burn together.
It sounds still a little dark.
I know. I'm going to erase some pencil while you're talking.
Okay, and then also Sheila wants to know, is there any chance that you could zoom in a little so it's easier to see what you're doing, please?
It's going, just so you know, it's going to change the color of the board. But yes, I can. It's going to get, if I actually do the zoom, it'll get fuzzy. If I push this in, we'll be able to see better.
Okay.
There we go. Is that better, Sheila? I hope so. But the light hits the board and changes the white balance and color. So that's why it started out bigger. This is just my small piece of my Vanish 4-1 eraser. I use the corners for the small areas. Alright, let's deepen this up. Does that look better on camera?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's quite a bit more information there. That's good.
Okay.
Philip says much more better.
Much more better.
Sheila says brilliant.
Awesome. I'm going to bump up to 3. Because we have darks in here. Now what we're not going to see is me having this finished. Because there is a lot of information in this piece. And I really want to do it right. So next week we'll start the community, but we will come back to this one. Now I'm going to do circles quickly, and that's going to give me a lighter shading without adjusting my heat, and that way I can go back and forth and spend more time on the board than adjusting things. Now you guys are going to know if my wrinkles are off because you see the reference photo, but somebody just looking at the piece is not going to notice.
Paulo is here.
Hey, Paulo. And starting off with your lines being correct makes all the difference in the world instead of trying to fix it as you go. So let's get these wrinkles in. So see, if you notice where I did put some lines, I'm blending them out. And I can always go back and darken the inside where the deepest recess of the wrinkle is. And as I erase more, the graphite will disappear even more. And it's the shadows that fills in our wrinkles and makes them look like wrinkles. You'll see me do a lot of scrumbling. And what I mean by that is just quick loose circles, and that's just to give texture. That's a darker one. Darken it, which creates a bag. This elephant isn't sleeping very well.
Looks like my eyes.
Feels like mine. Alright. Some of that in. Let's move over here. Because the more graphite I can erase, the better it's going to look as I'm working, which will make me feel more confident in what I'm doing. Now, if I mess up, it is not the end of the world. And this elephant ain't gonna know. Get that in there. And like, I'm very lightly going over any graphite, that way I can erase it easier. I do have my sanding sticks and my mono ink eraser nearby. That way I can pull more graphite out. Looking more at my reference.
Oh wow, it's really moving.
Is it? Excuse me.
Sorry, I didn't figure chat wanted to hear me blow my nose. Philip's asking, what grit sandpaper did you go to?
This is 400. I did 220, 230, or 320, 220, 320, 400. With a power sander.
Okay.
That does make a difference.
Now, when you say power sander, is that orbital or?
Orbital sander.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of reshape this eye better. Bring it in. These are just the first few layers. This is going to help me keep a little better track of where I'm at, because this is a lot of lines. Now, if you're doing a further away elephant, you're not going to see as many wrinkles. The skin from a distance will look smoother. And that's just because as you get away, further away from your subject, there's less details that your eyes pick up on. This is a close-up of the elephants, and that's why we're seeing so much good stuff. Alright, I'm gonna take some graphite off. You'll be able to see that the burning is lighter, hopefully. Get it in the right spot. And this is just a mono zero eraser, so I can get into the little areas. You do have to watch, this one can smear graphite.
Cinderose would like to know, once again, what kind of wood are you using and where did you get it?
This is raw. This is a raw birch panel from Trekell. It's down, I've got it linked at the very top. It's the first link down in the description. It's an 8x10 that's a 1/4 inch thick. These panels are meant for paintings, but I wanted to try them to see if they were better than the blick boards, which they do burn better than the black boards. Most of the time these canvases or panels are used for painters of different media, and they gesso the boards, but these are actually really a higher quality birch than what you'll find at the your home improvement store. There's different grades, and what the home improvement stores tend to carry are the construction grade. Some of it is furniture grade. Let's get that in there so we can get rid of some of this. Remember, I can always go back and put these wrinkles in. I'm just trying to lay out the big ones.
You've put the link.
Thank you.
For Trekell.
Thank you. He's so awesome.
Yes, she is.
I don't have a code for them right now, coupon code. I've got to get back in touch with them to get you guys another one, hopefully. I've just been so busy. I haven't got to talk to a whole lot of people. So this is going to go much, much darker.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. And then I pulled out, compared to the reference photo, I'm not putting in all those grasses. I don't think it needs for my burning. For the photo, it makes total sense. But for my burning, I don't feel I need all that information. So I'm going to try to fade out the grass and have it more at an angle so that it brings your eye in to the piece. And hopefully with all these elephants, it keeps you in. So that's why I laid it out the way I did. Burl had sent me some awesome maple, and I almost burned this on the maple, but I've never burned on maple, don't know that wood like I know birch. And I wanted to be able to get this done quicker. So that's why I didn't do that.
Well, you know, if you don't want grass, you could always put in some other things.
No, I think the grass works. On top of that, if you notice in this photo too, the elephants have no feet. The grass from our critique
Well, I think that
makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure you don't want to put any rocks in there?
Any rock? No, I do not want any rocks. Now I see that I'm a bit off on my line here.
Sorry, I won't go down that road today.
Today. Alrighty. So this is actually more curved. When I catch something on the drawing being off a little bit, I try to stop right there, erase, and fix it. That way I don't forget about it or overlook it. There we go. Just needed to shape it better.
Ted was reading my mind.
Let's see here.
Sinrose would like to know what woods are good. I'm presuming to burn on.
Yeah.
Because that's why we're here.
A lot of people like maple, poplar, birch, basswood. I tend to stick with birch. The more I've been burning on basswood lately, the less I've actually been liking it.
Why?
It's just it doesn't burn as even, and sometimes I feel like I'm doing more work than I need to.
So, and then you always sand, right?
Always sand. Yep. It makes the burn a lot smoother, and it also makes it more enjoyable to burn. Because if you're not enjoying the process, why do it?
That is true.
And when you're having to fight your pin and your tip and the wood, I've seen a lot of people quit because they think that is the way burning is always done and how it always feels, and it bums me out because it's not true. When you connect to your burner and you've got a good product, and the wood might seem a little more expensive, but I choose that because I want my piece to last. I'm spending a lot of time on it. Luckily, in general, for most people, buying a wood burner, a wire tip tends to be a one-time, maybe two-time purchase. So it's not like paints or colored pencils or anything like that where you are having to repurchase when you run out. So spending that little extra on better wood goes a long way. Right. So that's going to be a lighter area, darker area than that. They do have fabulous eyelashes. It's amazing. Some women and men pay lots of money for these eyelashes. Their eyelashes to look this way, I should say. Not elephant eyelashes.
Yes.
Alright, let's get that mouth crease in there. I think I have enough information that I can erase this section. And I could probably actually switch over to the small shader.
Robin's asking if you've seen the guys that burn with electricity.
Yes, I can't remember what it's called, but yes.
It's like
You have to be very careful with that.
piezoelectric or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
You have to be very careful.
We actually have somebody here locally. Well, they were in the gallery at Williams when you were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's my tip?
The only, it's very cool looking, but it's not really an issue. But the thing of it is that it is going to do a pattern that conforms with the grain of the wood and occurs like naturally because electricity is going to flow through the wood following the path of least resistance, and it creates these thunderstorm looking things. But it but you don't have control over it. And then also I'm presuming, this is just a presumption, mind you, that if you wanted to burn on top of that it might be kind of difficult because the electrical burns actually cause a lot of damage to the wood.
Well, most people don't burn over it.
No. I mean, it looks nice.
It looks cool. Burl said, or if you're Val, seven times on birches.
Lichtensteinberg.
Yes, that's
Lichtenberg.
Yep. Yeah. It's really cool looking, but very unpredictable. And though you get different patterns, it's still the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'll always have that aspect of lightning or riverlets or however you want to look at it.
Sunrose would like to know what eraser you're using.
Let's see here. Do I have my box? There you go. Love, can you grab that box over on my drafting table, please? Yeah, down in the description. I'll show you. He's grabbing the box for me, but down in the description.
What box?
The Vanish Thorn one on my drafting table.
Oh, this.
That. Yeah.
Oh, that's a box.
It's a box.
I was looking for an actual box.
No, it's what the eraser comes in. There you go. 4-in-1 eraser. I have a kit page that I put everything on in one place. Down in the description with links to where you can get everything. And I've tried, if it's cheaper off of Amazon, then that's what I've listed. Foregoing the Amazon Associates. Because I do know on Amazon, at least here recently, those erasers have been a lot more expensive. And Gary's Artorama has them for cheaper. Let's see here, get that in there.
Lana Gosar is here.
Hi, Lana. Let's see here. Yeah, this is still going to have to go a lot darker. But we're starting to see an elephant face, at least.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stick to one area so we can see more of it finished. This is the 18S, and I'm on 3. So, some of these wrinkles are lighter, the tops of the wrinkles, because they're raised from the skin, so they get hit with the light first. I'm just using On this tip, I'm using about from the pencil up. That was a little shaky. Sorry about that. The coffee. Alright, let's negative burn some of this neck underneath so that we can have the shape pop out more. I'm going to go ahead and bump up to 3.5. I'm trying not to outline. So this will give me a better idea of what some of my darker values are going to be. It makes it easier to put the lighter ones in. Let me see here. It goes all the way to the nose, trunk, nose. Let's get that in there. In fact, I'm going to be burning upside down now. I spend a lot of time upside down in general. Burning upside down allows you to see the shapes instead of what your eyes think it's supposed to be. So, though most people do flip their reference as well, I just forget to do it, and I've gotten so used to my brain being able to translate that information. But it does help. Makes it easier if you flip your reference as well. And this can go even darker. And then I can, with the same temperature, blend it out lighter. Just by how quick I move my tip. And not lifting my tip keeps it from doing the 100% heat recovery. And again, that keeps it lighter. But if I lift and touch back down, it's going to burn darker. So even though this can be quite similar to graphite and other colored pencil and whatnot, the difference with that is your colored pencils or graphite don't change colors just because you lifted them off the paper. Everybody's quiet today. Alright.
I think everybody's just focused watching.
Drag some of this out. So now that I go on darker here, I know I need to darken up this area to shape the face better. And actually, this is supposed to be a little more round. So with negative burning, I can reshape that chin area. Pull out the heat so that my line blends in more. So when I say I'm not burning with lines, this is what I'm doing most of the time. And having a connection with your pen, knowing what it does when you do different things, definitely helps. Let's see, let's darken this area. And I can go back and put wrinkles in. Nothing on the elephants other than the highlights of the tusks are white. And even that, they're more gray. White. And I wanted to mention again that for this piece, since elephants are what started me on my journey of burning, I want to help them continue their journey. So a portion of the cell from this piece will be donated to an elephant charity that helps keep them on this planet. I also read an interesting thing about them. I know I told you, but let's act like I didn't tell you.
Okay.
Did you know that one of the websites I was looking at for elephant stuff states that apparently elephants are starting to evolve more and more without tusks. Completely no tusks. And that says a lot. The whole species has changed its ways to survive. I guess that's what evolution is. Anyway, let's draw this down. So yeah, I would prefer to donate to an actual refugee park that is keeping these beauties alive. I am going to bump down the heat a little bit because I don't want to go too dark here quite yet. So if I bump down the heat, give a little, I'll go to 2.5. I've got a scratch piece of wood. Let's see here. Off to the side, off camera, that I touch down to check heat, to kind of wipe off my tip, to lower the heat if I need to before I touch down. I can also blow on the tip to touch down, and that allows me to control even more. Alright.
So Senrose has a kind of a question, or would like some clarification. I know the answer to this too, but on outlining, they're confused about how to get the picture on paper, and they see lines, but it's not an outline. That's the question.
Let's see, I'm confused on outlining. How do you get the picture on the paper? Oh, okay. So, for me, especially if it's a detailed piece, I tend to create a pattern of my photo so I can take out information I don't need. In fact, you can see where I've burned this elephant. You can see through the tracing paper. And then I take graphite and it goes underneath my trace, and that is what you see on the board here. The elephant, I don't know if the tusk burl is tucked or if it is missing. There's also a missing tusk on this elephant as well. Not my doing. I didn't do it. So that's when you say outlining, I think of outlining while burning. So if I'm, burning a box, when you say outline, while I'm burning, this is what I think of. You're outlining your box before you burn it. So that's what I was thinking. I try not to do this. I try to burn the box without the outlines. That way it doesn't look, that way it looks more realistic. So I think maybe that's where we might have been having a little misunderstanding.
It's like when you're outlining, like, think of a coloring book. Like you're coloring in the outlines of whatever it is, the features. But as you look in nature, you're going to see things that kind of read as outlines, but they're harsh transitions between light and dark, and different textures and different surfaces and planes, but they're not outlines. And I think that's like a really important transition for a lot of artists. Some artists do this kind of stylized work, and that's because they choose to, or that's their style, and that's fine. And
totally fine.
There's some beautiful work like that. One of the ones that I always go back to is Muka. His work was outlined, and it's beautiful work, but it lacks. Even though the subjects might be realistic and well defined, they still have those outlines, and if you want to get photorealistic, you're going to have to learn to distinguish, what, how to differentiate the different areas without drawing a hard line and filling it in.
There, yeah.
And Barrow wants to know, does that elephant only have one tusk?
Yeah, we did that.
It says it's a West Virginia elephant.
I didn't say it. Don't thumbs down me. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. Oh, wait a minute. He's from West Virginia.
Yeah.
So, he said it.
Yeah.
He said it. Alright, so I'm just using the edge of my 18S to put some of the thinner, less defined textures in. Oops.
Yeah, and
so
like some of these smaller wrinkles and things may in fact be a line.
Yep.
But
let's see here. I was off a little bit here. So you guys wouldn't even know I was off if I didn't tell you. Because though actually you guys are pretty close. Never mind. Scratch that. I won't finish that thought. You'll know. You'll all know. Which can be quite stressful for me. Having everybody see your mess ups.
That's why I choose never to mess up.
Is that the reason?
Or also I don't have any videos, so no one can see that.
Alright, so again, this is gonna need to go darker in order for it to have the feeling I want it to have. But we're starting. If I go too dark now, it'll make it hard to adjust later. So that's why I'm not doing that. But I still need to fix that chin. He is rounder. Or she. Wait a minute. Let's see. Yeah, he or she. Not sure. Alright. Let's bring it up. I bumped up my heat. And I'm kind of dragging the side of the tip. So I'm using the end, the flat end, that's kind of angled up this way and dragging across to help blend out any lines. There we go. Let's see if that works a little better. Oops, sorry. Yeah, that works a little better. And pull it down. There are wrinkles in there, but some of it is not black. You can lighten up your reference photo just so you can see what's in there. I did not do that here.
So, just an observation. So, with burning, you're really never going to be able to achieve a true black. It's just going to be very, very dark brown.
No, I can get a black.
Okay.
I'm just not that high of a temperature.
Oh, okay.
No. If you look at the bobcats,
Yeah.
that's black.
Oh, okay.
So, no, you can get a black. For my work, I don't work like that. There are others who do. If I was doing a silhouette, I'd start off a lot darker.
Yeah.
If I was doing a silhouette, I'd probably start at a 7
Mm.
to get the black. Okay. But I need to be able to make adjustments. See, I went too hot there. Damn it. Oh well, this means I have to go darker. I just realized I didn't turn my heat down back to where it was before I fixed the underneath. That's alright.
Is that causing problems?
What, that I didn't adjust back?
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention to how I touched down, and so it's darker. So what I'm going to do is just start darkening it. And then it won't look like... It'll look like I did it on purpose. If you mess up, try to make it look like you did it on purpose.
I don't have mess ups, but sometimes I do things that I didn't mean to do initially, and I feel that those are subconscious corrections. And I just don't question them.
You don't question them? Alright. Now, some of these I'm going to have to go in and darken. I don't know how well you guys can... Is it...
I see pretty good.
Yeah, but in this case it actually looks better for me than it does for them.
Whoa.
I know. There's a first for everything. Let me see if I need to fix the autofocus. Because I have... or focus. I have autofocus off. So let's see. Oh no, it is on. It is on. Oh well. We'll just have to live with it, right?
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be teaching, remember?
Yes.
Alrighty. So we got a bag under here. We got a bag under here. I'm trying to blend this in more. Oops. The camera's like really close to my pen. Maybe I should try something different. I'm gonna back it out. Sorry about that. But then I'm going to do that. And see.
Be right back.
This is going to look very grainy for you guys.
Alright, no talking about me this time.
We like to talk about you.
Yeah, but then you never tell me what was said.
Because they're secrets. Not supposed to tell secrets. Alright. Hopefully that's okay for you guys. I had to back the camera off. I kept hitting it. Getting in the way of my pen. Alright, so... Okay, what secret do we want to act like I told this time? Because you know he's going to look. So Teddy, say something funny. Alright. That in there. See, the trunk is lighter because it's away from the face more. And looking at it, our light source is actually overhead. A lot of times you want the light source to be, to the left or the right of your subject so that you have more dynamic shadows. But in this photo we do have, because we can tell by looking at the rump, the nose, the top of the head, on all the elephants, and looking at the grass, that our light source is pretty much right above us. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to move over to this part of the ear so we can see. I'm doing little circles like I would with my 18M. Actually, I could probably get a smoother burn with that. Let's see. Trying to think what story. Good one, Ted. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now that shall keep him going for a while. Alright, I switched over to the 18M. I can just move quicker with that. So I'm keeping the same heat setting, just below 3. And what I've done is actually taken off my extra foam from my 17 and put it on my 18 for when I'm at high temperatures. Alright. There we go. That feels better. You guys are awesome. That is really... He's gonna bug me all day. What I know what I said. And the only way he'll know we didn't say anything is if he goes back and watches the live. You guys are too funny. Alright, so I'm just trying to quickly rough this in so that we can erase. So we do have it darker under the ear. So I'm going to slow down so it goes a little darker and burn around that line. And now I can erase. Yes. I love him so. This will be fun. And he'll probably get me back later. Alright, so now that we have the graphite erased, we can do a little bit more shaping. I don't have to worry about it burning into the wood. So where I possibly can, I do try not to burn over the graphite. I try to burn up next to it. But for this guy, for any of them, there's just so much information that I had to transfer. You may transfer more or less. It depends on what works awesome for your brain. Neither are wrong. Alright, let's get that in there. I can always go back and darken areas. In fact, and this is the somewhat bigger version of that eraser. I cut the other piece off just so it was easier to get into small areas. Alright, let's go dark. Oh, what's taking him so long? I even brought his medicine in here so he didn't have to leave for that. Alright, nice and slow to get that darker burn. There we go. So this is, I haven't adjusted the heat. I'm just going slower. And remember, when there's more metal for the tip, whether it's a ball tip or a shader, the more metal there is, the more heat, a higher heat setting it requires for darker. So that's why this one isn't as dark as that one. The 18, it's coming back, guys. The 18S is smaller than this one. Looking at it, it's almost like it's enough, same amount of metal, just not in a different configuration. I haven't been able to look up, what are they saying?
Okay, hold on. Oh, I see.
What?
Did he really do that, Val? Hard to see him doing that. Oh my god, if that happened to me, I would never be able to show my face. Too bad you didn't take photos. I don't believe he did that. Oh my god. That's incredible. What a guy. What? What the heck?
What?
The heck are you talking about?
Elephants?
Well, no, I don't believe that. Not one bit.
Elephants.
No, I don't think so. Oh my god.
All I've been talking about are elephants.
Then why are there like 15 comments about me? Why? Why is that?
Sorry, I'm trying not to burn my board while
Yes, and why?
They can
why
tell
is it
you.
so funny, Valarie? Why? You know, I'm gonna start watching when I have to go away to do something. I'm gonna have to take my phone with me or the tablet. Why didn't I just do that? Why didn't I just take the tablet with me? Next time I'm taking the tablet. Alright? I'm watching everybody. Watching you chat. Toasties. Valarie.
Told you guys.
Sien's here.
Hey, Sian.
At least she's just getting in.
Well, they can tell her.
Yeah, well they won't because I'm watching them now. I have a feeling they won't. You won't do it. You won't do it, chat. Oh my god. You know what? I'm gonna go log in on my profile so I can give you a thumbs down.
You're the one doing it.
It's me.
It's you.
It's been me all along. Oh god.
Ted, do you want to tell him what's going on?
Good.
Alright, so I'm just trying to not burn over the graphite, if at all possible.
Okay.
Oh, my eyes are watering.
Where'd that go? It's your fault.
I guess so, Philip. I guess so. Philip wants to know if you have a guilty mind.
No, paranoia isn't real. Especially when you know that Valerie's out to get you.
I'm not out to get you. My hubby can't believe it. Should I tell him?
Yes. Up behalf will need therapy.
Should I tell him what's going on? Or make him rewatch the live?
Oh, I don't even need to tell you what chat's gonna say.
Oh, I'm hot. And let me take my sweater off. I'm hot and my eyes are wet.
Yes, laughing and guilt will do that.
Can you grab that side, please?
Maybe.
So no, don't tell him?
See? It's like I'm mystical because I predicted that.
You guys do realize I just sleep in the same bed with him, right? And I really can't keep secrets from him. I'm bad about that.
No, that's true. Even when it comes to like Christmas presents.
I do good with Christmas presents.
Most of the time. But you know what? I have to tell her, like, she's like,
You
hey,
want
I
to
got
go
your
to
present. You don't want to know what it is? No! It's Christmas! I don't want to know. Let it be a surprise. Oh, it's really good, though.
No, this is really good. I know, Ted. You want to know, love? I said absolutely nothing. I asked Ted to write something funny in the comments like we were talking about you, and they all started in. That is all that happened.
I see.
That is it. You can watch the live.
Well, you know what I have to say about that? Likely story!
Rob, Ted said it. Ted said you wouldn't believe us. That is all that happened. I didn't tell them anything. I just asked them to act like I told them something. That was it.
Oh, God. Oh, no. I gotta leave again.
Now I'm gonna have to secret squirrel stuff. What's funny?
I gotta let the dog out. I can't take the tablet with me. You guys are the worst. You're ruining my life.
Now I need to tell a story, don't you? Don't I? Let's see here. Let me think. Oh, he's listening. Oh, no, he's gone now. I can hear what's going on outside my studio. I'm trying to think of a story quick. You guys already know about the straw now. All I'm doing is kind of tapping in where the wrinkles are so that I can erase the graphite. Let's see here. I gotta think of the story. Because at this point, if he's gonna think we did it, I might as well just do it. Oh, goodness. Well, his ninja story is embarrassing to him. And probably better told by him. What else? Kind of hard trying to tell somebody else's story, isn't it? Maybe I should record him when he tells me. And then I can just click play. No, the dogs need to go potty. The dogs need to go outside. That or he's running away. Pouting. That was good. You guys did awesome on that. Awesome. Thank you. And now he's probably really going to get me. So I'm just going back and forth, trying to smooth some areas out, build up the contrast in some areas, trying to go with the direction of, well, there's the ear folding, so we want to go with that direction, or the wrinkle. Let's see here. Let's see here. Him loving 80s music isn't embarrassing. What to tell? If he's gonna think I did it, I might as well just do it. Nope, his phone's sitting here. I see it, and he'd need his glasses, which are also sitting there. So, no. And he didn't walk through the gate in the hallway. All right, hear him. He might have taken a potty break too, for all I know. Let's see here. Let's get this down here. All right. I'm going to switch over, actually, to the medium ball tip because then I can get more texture where I want it. And I get asked a lot what pens that I recommend. And this is one of them. The 19 medium. And just so, we'll just do it. The pens I tend to recommend are the 19 medium, the 18 medium. Shh, he's coming. The 17 SR. And the... What's that look for? I'm showing pens while I'm waiting for one to heat up.
All right, pins.
Am I not holding pins in my hand?
Well, let me just consult chat.
The 12S SQ.
I knew it! I wasn't in the bathroom sobbing, Ted. You don't know.
I'm all tangled. There we go. There we go. Oh. Oh, that's right, Sam. It really stinks that your burner tip broke. Alright, 18M and squiggles. Squiggles will give us the texture. Help to darken the area. Because we're seeing so much texture for the elephants. I don't want them all smooth. What are you doing? Oh.
Damaged my inner child.
I did not. We didn't do anything. I did not tell them anything. Though I don't know. You might want to tell your ninja story.
What? No.
Why?
No story.
Aww. Are we in trouble
That's what
now?
you get.
Philip. You see what he said?
I see that. No, I'm tough. Real tough.
Did you see what Ted wrote?
Yes, I saw.
Okay.
Yes,
As
I saw.
long as you
It's
know.
an arrow through the heart. It's still an arrow, Ted.
The love arrow.
Huh?
The toasties love you.
Oh, ambulance. Yes.
So right now I'm blending.
It's pretty funny. Is that all you're doing is blending? You're not conspiring?
I did not tell them anything. Look, pinky promise. Give me your pinky. Pinky promise. I did not tell them anything embarrassing. I asked them to act like I did.
Let me see your toes. Are they crossed?
No, I can't cross them in my shoes.
All right.
You can go back and watch the live.
I'm watching you guys. That's all I gotta say.
So right now I'm just trying to blend, soften up some of the lines because right here, though we have a change in value between the body, which needs to still go darker, and the ear, because the ear is kind of curving in. Well, actually it's a little more flat. So let's get that. How I curve things, or where I put my shading, will show how something's curved. Oh, gosh. That was fun. I promise I didn't say anything. Ask Eve. Eve will tell you.
Okay. That's in the past is in the past.
Oh boy. I am so in trouble, guys. I am so in trouble. Toasties. People who like to toast their wood.
People who like to conspire against Hubcap.
I wanted a nickname for you guys, and we, Pyro doesn't sound good.
No, because that just makes you guys sound like a bunch of
Yeah, exactly.
people that need to be watched around matches.
Exactly. So we came up with toast because toast has different values, and you toast it.
And it's delicious.
We're toasted. No, you do the toasting. You do the toasting. If you guys want another name, you gotta tell me because toasties.
No, it's Toasties. They've been Toasties for a while.
Over a year now.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it'll be 2 years in June.
I know.
We started live streaming.
Crazy.
And I think this is the 142nd upload.
Wow.
To the channel.
That's awesome.
Yeah. 142 mostly burning videos. And I say that because Hubcap here has a few videos of his own on here that have nothing to do with burning, but are so enjoyable. I posted them for you guys. Alright.
They were
I love them.
college projects.
Yeah, they are college projects that are absolutely hilarious.
They're serious work. I don't know what you're talking about. It's a documentary.
Documentary.
Like 3 documentaries.
Oh, plus you did a trailer. So if you guys haven't watched Oblivious, if you're new to the channel, I do have a playlist for it. But Oblivious is, if you want a good laugh, it's meant to be cheesy and fun. So laugh away. I love them. In fact, we watched them not too long ago.
Yes. Laugh some more.
So I'm just trying to block in quickly. And since I'm using the medium tip, I can get more area done. So I'm blocking in so I can take away the graphite. And then using the ball tip in that way, we also have texture that I can build up. Alrighty. Look at that. It actually looks better. It's because I'm zoomed in. It doesn't look as good. I hate that though. Why can't it? Let's see here. Let's see. Does it look a little better? A little better. We'll go back to here. We'll go back to here. There we go. So I'm sorry that it's not as... It's more sharp than it actually is. I'm trying to get that texture in, but not as much texture as you're seeing. I will make sure to back this out so that we can see it at the end. Alright, so I know I had a line here. So I'm trying to follow the wrinkles that I can see. The directions, and what I mean by follow the wrinkles is, let's see here, how can I do this? How can I do this? What do I got? Okay. So if I hold this piece of wax, let's see here, this way, we can see different planes. And so I'm trying to follow these planes. Why did the doctor tell you no sharp objects in fire?
That's what they told you.
That's what they told you? Me?
I'm just kidding. They didn't tell her that.
Oh! I say my doctor thinks what I do is cool. So I'm trying to follow those, and this definitely needs to go a lot darker, as it turns out. So let's get that dark in just so we can see. Look at my photo. You can see a bit of wrinkles that go into, but right along here is the darkest value. So let's get that on the board.
Did you just clean the tip?
No, I was showing planes. That's the easiest way I could cure planes.
Oh, because Ted's asking if that's regular old canning wax.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, that's all it is. Alright, I'm going to bump up to almost 4, just shy of 4, because I already have a dark burn here. If I want it to go darker, I am going to have to increase my heat, because the wood has already been damaged. So if I want it hotter, or darker, I have to go hotter. And that's the main reason why I put the second foam on this pin, is because I will need to go hot. If I would have started off dark, then it would have been fine. But I didn't, not knowing how dark other areas are going to be. And one thing to point out is where it may get a little warm for me, may not get warm for somebody else at all. And that's because I have smaller hands. So where the warmest part actually hits is in here. And so depending on how I'm holding the pin, I can get a little warmth down in the flesh between my thumb and forefinger. But actually, since I've been holding the pin with the cord in my hand this way, which is so hard to see because we're so zoomed in, I actually have something for the pin to rest on. So I'm not having a heat issue there either, for that reason.
Philip has to go.
Bye, Philip. Thanks for playing along.
Says you had a lot of fun. Sandra Rose wants to know how to clean the tips.
Okay, how to clean the tips. I'm going to back out of this.
Well, if you're backing out, you can show them your holding technique then.
Yeah. So the way Pat's. Oh, he's sending you a polish. Okay. So this is how I'm holding the pen now. I've gotten so used to it, and it takes so much pressure. Not that the Optima causes pressure on my hand, on my wrist, but I can feel the difference. Okay, straw. I don't use the sandpaper side. I use the leather side. Now what Pat is sending you is this. This is what you're going to get from Pat. And it's going to be harder to use. Especially if your strop is not extremely rough. This is actually it's more soft. But you would take your aluminum oxide and rub it on your strop like this. Like Ted said, I use a powder. It makes it a lot easier. That's what I prefer. If you're having an issue with this not going onto your strop, what you could do is take 180 grit sandpaper and rub this on the sandpaper a little bit and then put the particles on your strop. And then, let's see here, my pen's not dirty, but with it turned off, go flat and rub down. This is going to be hard with my piece right here. I don't want to scratch it. So down, it doesn't have to be a whole lot of pressure, but down and drag. I also go from side to side this way. And as you do that, it will clean off the carbon without scratching your tip. And it will keep it, in fact, let's see here. Don't really have carbon there. Trying to find a pin with carbon so that it's easier. Oh, there's a little bit of carbon. I don't know how well you can see it. A little bit of carbon right there at the tip. So, this is the 2B. And knowing that some of my tips are curved, I do go up on the tip a little bit.
Sam's asking how often do you need to clean it?
I don't clean very often unless I've got carbon buildup. But with the Optima pens, you do have less carbon buildup. In fact, I need a little bit more.
And is there a reason why that is? It's because the metal they're made out of, or is it because they're so highly polished?
Both.
Oh, okay.
More so the polish, though. So that's the powder. I promise this is aluminum oxide. Let's make sure YouTube sees that. Aluminum oxide. And I'm going to just take a little bit because I don't need a whole lot. Put it on my strap. I'm just grabbing a little bit. Yeah, that. There we go.
Well, Sinrose is asking where to get a strop.
Mountain Wood Carvers is where I've got mine. Burl, do you still have that link? Oh, she can't post links. Let me see here. I do have, I think I have Mountain Wood Carvers down in the description. So that, I've only got a little bit. That's what I put on, just on camera. And I still have a little bit on the tip.
Jeez, that's going to last you forever.
It is. I'm never going to have to buy anymore.
Ted wants to please show the wax method for ballpoints.
Okay. Let's see here.
And April Gabriel says, I see I need a rougher strop. I made one from scrap leather.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, those are good for, and in fact, I have one. Those are good for, well, let's see here. I made one years ago.
From a belt, right?
From an old belt. It's good for if you want to wipe off after you've cleaned. But to put the aluminum oxide on here just doesn't work very well. Alright, ball tips. I'm going to have to actually let me put my large ball tip on. I'm going to have to carbon this up real quick because if I don't, you won't be able to see anything. So I can put this back on screen.
How are you going to carbon it up?
I'm going to touch down on my wood and get some carbon. I'm going to have to go with a higher heat to do it quickly. So this is my large ball tip. We can see what it looks like now. Let's see here. Not any carbon. I'm going to go ahead and bump it up to 6.5.
Is that normal?
6.5?
Yeah.
It depends on what I'm doing. I don't tend to ever like go over 7. So I did for the video because I went up to 8 because I was testing, but in general I don't.
Like, when do you have problems with carbon buildup?
When do I have problems with carbon buildup? When I go with a higher heat and it picks up. I don't tend to so much have it with my ball tips, but other people do. So I'm going to try to get some.
Handy is here. Handy Sparrow.
Hello, Handy. And since I needed this area darkened anyway, might as well use it. Don't go too dark. Darkest areas in here. Let's see here. I'm going to have to use my scratch wood. Let's see if I can get some carbon. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't have a real problem with carbon. So that's why. And I'm not letting this board touch down on my work because I know it'll burn it. The heat. The heat will go through because this is really thin.
Oh, I was looking away and I didn't see that you had another board. You're like,
oh,
I'm not gonna let the board touch down. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I could burn through this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some carbon. Alrighty, so the wax technique is with canning wax. Pat shared this with me from Optimum. So you'll see that's what the black is right here. That's carbon. Bump up. I tend to bump up to like 9.
What are you looking for?
When I go straight up and down, if I've got carbon.
Well, I mean, what color are you like? I see it's like
I
orange.
just put it on 9. You can put it on 10. I will try it on 10. I don't have carbon buildup, so that's why I'm not getting anything. But what the theory is the tip's hotter than the wax.
Well, you can see in the past where carbon's
Yeah, it's right here. I'm not getting any.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of touching down. And then you can burn the wax off. I tend to wipe it off. Let's see here. Yeah, that's just wax. I'm not getting anything. Alright. And so I can let it sit for a minute. Make sure the wax is hot. Oops. Turn it off. Make it will cool quickly. Red is already off. And this is where I could actually use my homemade. It's still hot. That's why it's marking up the leather. Still hot. I don't know if it looks any cleaner to you since I didn't have carbon. It's kind of hard. Probably should put the autofocus.
But that is the way you do it.
But that is how you do it. Because I'm not a heavy burner, it's hard to... There we go. A little more. So, maybe somewhere, kind of. I don't know. Anyway, I need to turn the autofocus back off. There we go. So, I am going to do a dedicated video just on cleaning tips. It's just I've got so much. What I'm doing is just kind of wiping off if there's any wax residue because I don't want it on my board. Another good way to wipe it off is, and make sure it's clean, is Velveeta paper towel. I like those. I keep them in my studio.
Wait, what kind of paper towel?
Velveeta?
Oh, I thought you said Velveeta, and my brain went to cheese. I'm like, how is that?
Viva.
Viva. Oh, Viva.
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 I may have even said it wrong. So you can see there's nothing coming off on my tip. All clean. And that's all there is to it.
Okay.
Alrighty. Let's see here. What time are we at? Oh, we are at the end.
Yep.
Alrighty. Wow. Well, there's still a lot to work to do on these guys.
Lana just got back.
Hey, Lana. Alright, I'm gonna pop these off. You know what I forgot to tell everybody?
What did you forget to tell everybody?
I forgot to tell them. I don't want any of those. I forgot to tell them that they're awesome. You can do this because you're a pyro artist. I totally spaced it.
Well, it's still true, though.
It is still true. Let's see.
And you just said it.
That's why I said it. Let me see if I can get a better angle so we can look at these. So that we can get a better color. Oh, no fisheye. Maybe not. It's just going to be one of those days, I guess. So from the distance, it looks a little better. But for me, it does look better. For the camera is very... I don't know. Maybe I can bump down the contrast a little bit. And it'll smooth out. Or not. Just going to have to be okay. So that is where I'm leaving off. I think... So next week, do we want to continue the elephants? Or do you want the community project? I didn't bring in the picture that I painted just as a study. But it's a mushroom house with a gourd house connected. Or if we want to go with the elephants. Thank you so much, Rose. I was waiting for chat to tell us, so I know. Now, Burl will not be with us next week. He will be off living it up in Mexico. So hopefully she can join us for the live. But if not, please, Burl, have safe trips. Drink a margarita for me. Have a taco.
I'm going to say have some tacos.
Taco.
Find the taco tree.
Bring me a taco tree. A taco tree. Okay, guys. Excuse me. Make sure to tell you. I did tell him, Sharon. I'll have to have him watch. Oh, Helen thought. Hi, Helen. Thought we said Velveeta too. You know what? I think I said Velveeta, but it's Viva. So we're all off. Thanks, Johnny. Community project in 4 weeks. Well, that gives me time to finish the elephants. So we'll work on the elephants next week.
Yay!
Happy burning, guys.
Bye.
Bye.